So you train 5 days a week, you work hard, you lift heavy, but you're not seeing the results you expect to see. Your strength's not improving and your body feels the same and sometimes even looks the same. So what's going wrong? Well, I've been there and most of us have. And the truth is, just working hard isn't a good strategy for you to reach your goals. So in this video, I want to break down the 5 reasons you might not be getting fitter with your training and how you can turn it around. And if you're serious about improving your performance and your strength or the way that you feel, stick around to the end of this video. So we'll start off with the most common problem that everyone has in the gym, and that's not having a plan. And I see this one all the time. People train hard, people train consistently, but there's no real direction with their training. They don't know what they're training for. People usually turn up to the gym and train whatever muscle groups they want. They wreck the body and leave tired, and they think that's a good day. But if your sessions are just random, so are your results, and you won't be able to see where you're progressing. So an important thing that you can do from today is start building structure inside your training program. And it doesn't have to be complicated. Just track your lifts, track what weights you're using, track how you feel on the day, and you'll be able to start spotting patterns and building on them. And think of it like this: if you're not measuring anything, how do you know that you're improving? A plan will give your sessions purpose, and the purpose will give you results. The second thing is massive, and people overlook it. It is your recovery. Are you giving yourself enough time to recover? And it's the main thing that stops people progressing at a certain level. You can think of it as you don't actually get fitter in the gym. You get fitter when you recover from the gym. If you're training 5 days a week, you're working full time in the days, you're getting around 5 hours sleep, you're probably not giving yourself enough time to recover and rest. You're breaking your body down faster than it can rebuild. And I've done it too. That more is better mindset. If I'm exercising loads and working really hard, of course I'm going to progress. Well, that's not right. You've got to give your body the chance to rebuild. So when you do a tough session, your body breaks down slightly. When you rest, it can rebuild stronger. If you skip that recovery, you're just remaining in that breakdown phase. So if you're constantly tired, your weights feel heavy, or you're not improving, you're most likely not giving yourself enough time to recover. So there's a few things that you can do to help your recovery. Starting small, making sure that you're getting 7 to 8 hours sleep each night. The next one is hitting your protein goal. The standard I like to go by is having 2 grams of protein per 1 kilogram of body weight, and then taking dedicated rest days. They can still be active rest days. You can still go for a walk or do a mobility session, and this will actually allow your body possibly to recover faster. However, you don't want to be doing anything strenuous. It's more about getting the blood circulating around the body better. I personally have 2 rest days on a Saturday and Sunday. That's time for me to completely switch off and let my body catch up from 5 days of training in the week. Okay, so the third one is something that a lot of people overlook, and that is your movement patterns. How well do you move with some of the exercises that you're doing? Especially a lot of the technical movements. So for example, your deadlift and your squat. So many people do them, but a lot of people have never been taught how to do them properly. So a lot of people think that they hit a wall in their training because they've hit a cap with their strength or their endurance. They never think about how well they're doing the movements when they're in the gym. So for example, if when you're back squatting, that weight's pulling you forward, or when you're deadlifting, you're using your back more than your legs, or your shoulders really tight every session, to me, that's a movement problem, and that will limit how well you're going to progress and how fast you're going to progress inside the gym. You're trying to put power and strength through really bad positions. A common thing people will get after that initial beginner's jump is they'll plateau or hit a wall, or they'll start to suffer with pains, and then they'll start to look at what's going wrong. At that point, you have to reteach yourself how to do all these basic movements. So instead, especially at the beginning of thinking, how much can I lift? I want you to change that mindset to, how well can I lift? Is my technique right? So the best way you can do this is by filming yourself. Look over your movements, follow that bar path. Is your foot positioning good? Are your body parts moving at the right place? If you're back squatting, are you sending your hips backwards and then down? Are you keeping that chest up, looking forward? Ask someone in your gym with more experience than you if they can look over your movements, get feedback, and work on your mobility, positioning and control before you start trying to lift heavy numbers. Because if you can get the basics down and start moving properly, when you come to lifting them heavy weights, you will jump a lot faster than a lot of other people. And don't rush it. Working on your technique, but in 6 months' time, you'll be stronger and you'll be moving pain-free with a lot of these movements, and your progression will shoot up a lot faster. The fourth one is a tricky one because it feels counterintuitive. You're always working too hard in the gym. You're showing up 5 days a week, you're putting in the effort, you're going home tired. At first, it feels really good and it feels like you're really making a lot of progress, working really hard and killing yourself in every session. And don't get me wrong, high intensity, strong efforts are a good thing, but maxing out in every session is not a good thing because you're not giving your body that chance to recover and adapt. When you train really hard, you fry your central nervous system, and that leads to fatigue, tiredness, your performance will plateau, and your recovery will slow down as well. And top athletes in any sport will spend 70 to 80% of their training below that max level threshold. And they spend that time building a base rather than trying to hit new PBs, competing against their friends, competing against other people in the gym. So you can't go 100% every day. You need to include skills days where you focus on learning new skills, focus on improving your technique on the skills that you've already got. Do lighter days where you're just moving lighter weights, focusing on good form, and do aerobic days where you're trying to improve your aerobic capacity. Slow the movements down, and that will also help you with your recovery. And then when it's time for you to work hard, you have the energy and you have the strength to be able to do that. So remember, you don't need to leave the gym every session blowing out your ass, sweat pouring down your face. Just go in there with your plan and do your work to the correct intensity, hit your goals, and then get out. Let your body recover nicely. And then when it comes time to go 100%, you will feel ready to do so. So the last point and thing that a lot of people do is ignoring the other 23 hours of the day. So what do I mean by this? Your food, your sleep, your habits, your stress, these are all variables that will affect your training and how well you perform. You can train as much as you want and as hard as you want, but if you're not eating properly or you're not sleeping properly, you're not going to have foundations in place to give you the energy to do what you need to do to your best ability. If you're too stressed, it can have massive effects on the way that your body functions inside and outside of the gym. It'll affect the way you sleep and the way you eat. So stress is a massive thing for you to monitor. Another one's your habits. Are you drinking too much? Are you smoking too much? Too much sugar in your diet? These are all things that, there's a lot of habits that we can go over that aren't good for you. There's a lot of habits that we can go over that are good for you, but it's being sensible about it is the key takeaway for this. And once you get these bad habits dialed down, you will see a massive shift in your performance inside the gym. I want you to think that all these things are connected. The way you move, the way you fuel your body, the way you recover, they're all connected and it all builds the same system. So try getting your basics fixed for a week. Try get 7 to 8 hours sleep, get 3 good meals in your day, and get outside, take a bit of headspace and go for a walk, and you'll be amazed how quickly your training improves and how well you feel. Because fitness isn't about what you just do in the gym. It's not about that 1 hour. It's about what you do daily and how you live your life. So if you've been training hard and you're not seeing the progress that you want, maybe you need to stop, take a step back and think it's not about pushing harder. It's about being smarter with what you're doing. Step back and look at the full picture. Make your training smart and deliberate. Allow yourself to recover properly. Make sure your movements in the gym are smooth and with proper technique. Don't always flatline and work too hard in the gym. Give yourself nice days where you can improve your technique, where you can recover, where you can improve other aspects of your training, and make sure you focus on the other 23 hours of your day. Your sleep, your diet, your stress levels, your habits. And when you get these 5 things dialed in, you'll realize that you were capable of more inside and outside of the gym. Keep showing up, keep learning, and keep raising the standard. And if you found this helpful, please check out another one of my videos.